So, very good morning and welcome to this Bharat Fintech Summit. I must thank the organizers for giving us an opportunity to present Aadhaar App today and taking leaves out of my chairman's address. It was just a glimpse of what Aadhaar App is. Aadhaar App is basically an absolutely new innovation which we are trying to bring out. And as far as we are concerned, we feel that it's going to change the digital ID landscape for this country. It is also going to fuel innovation by the fintech. And once all of you are here from the fintech companies and innovators, it is definitely going to give you new ideas how it can be used, which are very, very specific to your own use cases. It is a very, very simple and credible identity verification. So without taking too much of time, we can start with the very small run through the Aadhaar app, and then we will be telling you about the use cases and also how to become an OVSE, as we call it, offline verification seeking entities. So this Aadhaar app has three very, very basic principles. The first one is the user first. So the entire control of identity sharing has gone to the user. Till date, there was no other option for anyone, neither for the user and as well as for the entity which is taking an identity, to take complete Aadhaar details. Now, the user consent, the control by the user what to share, why to share and when to share, everything is actually getting built into the system. And definitely it is having that privacy issue and security issues built into it. We'll go through it and maybe feature by feature we'll understand. Now, where to use it? That means it requires an ecosystem. That is the fintech and all other users. There are many use cases for that. So we are going to give you some glimpse of what we think. Definitely there are going to be much, much more use cases. And finally, it is technology driven. So it has underlying Aadhaar technology. As chairman sir just said, it's almost 9 crore authentication. We are even ready for up to 20, 25, 30 crores of authentications per day. It's a huge, huge numbers. We are planning to go ahead and strengthening our infrastructure. So that is not going to be a constraint, and the uniqueness of that identity sharing remains. Now, this is something, can I have something here? Anyway, so this is an integrated app. So the integrated app means basically it is not only providing an identity sharing platform for both the user as well as the entity which wants to take the identity for a particular purpose or to give a service. It also gives services to the user, which makes it more lucrative for the user to actually start downloading it. So the Aadhaar services, some of the Aadhaar services for which today he has to move to the Aadhaar center to avail it, will now be available through this app sitting in the comfort of the homes. Face verification is another brand new thing which is coming up, which gives a lot of confidence to the entity that the Aadhaar number being shared is of the same person, the details are of the same person and also by the same person. So the entities can actually do the face verification. We'll just show you what is the difference between the face authentication and the face verification in one of the subsequent slides. So you'll be very clear what is the difference. And finally, we are introducing a concept of verifiable credentials. Now this is something which is now getting implemented in this case. You can share whatever you want, you can seek whatever you want, and still it will be credible and duly signed and certified by UIDAI, that is Aadhaar. So this is a partial sharing or a selective sharing possibilities here, and duly verifiable by UIDAI, and you can always check the e-sign and other credentials through UIDAI. We'll just go through the features. You see, this is how it looks. I don't know if any one of you have actually downloaded it. Please try to download it. You will actually feel that how simple it is. If you have any problem, we have a stall outside. Our team is there, they can help you out. So it is just a QR code based. We are all aware of how QR has actually become so usable and friendly, and people are very comfortable using it after UPI. So this has been basically built on that lines. Just by scanning, no, it's okay. So just by scanning, you can share or you can seek the identity. So this is something which is making it very simple to use by the users. This is how the identity for every citizen is going to be available. The moment you click on that QR code, it's a wallet type of system. The QR code goes down, and then you will get the identity. And if you flip it, you will get the further identity details, whatever is recorded in Aadhaar. This is the slide where I was mentioning. If you want to share, or even if you want to seek something, you can actually select that particular attribute. In this case, the person wants to share only the photograph, name and mobile number. It's not required that everything is to be shared. It depends on the use case. See, for example, if you are going for a social media age gating, you may require to share that the user is above 18 or not. Why to share each and every detail? And it not only increases the burden on the user to share everything which he may not be. You may be aware a lot of people use social media through pseudonyms. But at the same time, the seeking entity also has to keep record and protect. Now with the DPDP coming in force, the rules are already published. So this is going to be a burden also for the seeking entity. They don't want everything. So this is a minimum data sharing, which is a requirement of DPDP rules, and privacy definitely is there for the user. And then another very important thing, which a very attractive feature, that you can actually add up to 5 profiles in the same app, on the same device. So your entire family profile can be kept there for sharing of identity. So you can add, if you want to travel somewhere to airport, you have identity of all your family members on the same mobile, which you can share and enter. Then this was the one which I said, it does not require visits to Aadhaar center for various services. Right now, we have added, in addition to address, the mobile number update. If you have an existing mobile number in your Aadhaar, you can update it sitting back at home. And the experience says it is actually very, very fast. Means our experience is quite fast, but maybe a couple of hours and your number gets updated. Maybe in the peak time it may take a bit longer, but this is our actual experience from Aadhaar app. And the moment this traffic keeps growing, maybe, but it is very, very convenient. And we are going to add other features also. Now, there is also a security feature, that is a lock, unlock. You can always lock or unlock by a simple click, biometric lock, so that if you are not a very frequent user, you can actually lock it. So your Aadhaar cannot be misused. The biometric cannot be used by anybody else, and whenever you want to unlock it, just a small tap and it gets unlocked. So this security feature is under your control. You also have a visibility of authentication history. So wherever you have actually done authentication in the past is available to you. You can always see it. And this is a very, very added feature. Maybe you will experience even if you want to meet me after this. I can share you my contact card through this app. There is a QR code. You just scan by any camera, any QR code reader. You will get my contact details, whatever is mentioned in my Aadhaar card, the name, the mobile number, and maybe email. So you can just keep sharing, and it is authenticated. So we will just take you through a small movie, how Aadhaar is moving ahead and this app and app features.
For years, proving who we are meant carrying photocopies, folded papers, faded printouts, documents that could be misplaced or misused. Often, for the smallest service, we shared all details when only specific ones were needed. In a digital India, it was time for something better. Aadhaar, the digital foundation of a billion dreams. Aadhaar began its journey in a simple form. Aadhaar number was delivered to homes across the nation in the form of Aadhaar letter. For millions, this letter wasn't just a document. It was identity, recognition, access, a unique 12-digit random number, opening doors to services, dignity, and inclusion. As India moved forward, technology advanced, Aadhaar evolved. From paper to e-Aadhaar, secure, digitally signed, instantly accessible. For those who still wanted a durable physical card, UIDAI introduced Aadhaar PVC card, compact, durable, trusted, and then Aadhaar entered the smartphone. Identity became mobile, personal. Presenting the all-new Aadhaar app. A smarter, safer, paperless way to use and share your identity at your convenience. And now, it will also be Aadhaar number holder controlled. Privacy first. Share only what's required and keep the rest private. No photocopies, no excess data, only consent-based sharing. Share verifiable credentials securely through QR or app-to-app sharing. Prove your presence instantly using Aadhaar face verification. Update mobile number, address in Aadhaar. No queues, no visits. Check real-time status of your service in Aadhaar app. One-click biometric locking, keeping your Aadhaar secure. Aadhaar app is for families too. Manage Aadhaar profiles of loved ones in one place. Download masked or unmasked Aadhaar. Now check when and where you used your Aadhaar for authentication purpose. Share your own authentic contact card with anyone, anywhere. Your identity, always in your control. At a hospital, at a hotel, at places of work, pleasure or community. Just scan the QR, verify, move ahead securely and seamlessly. It's a transformation towards convenience, privacy and trust in a digitally Vikasit Bharat. From paper to paperless, from identity to empowerment. The Aadhaar app, your gateway to secure digital identity. One nation, one app for every identity. Platform for all, progress for all. Mera Aadhaar, Meri Pehchan.
So you could see it's from paper to paperless. The tagline of the presentation which you might have seen was show, share, verify. And that is all we require for identity proof for any services which we want to provide. But where to use? Why this will be required to be used. So we now move on to the next part of this presentation, that is the offline seeking verification seeking entities. There has to be an ecosystem. So we are also creating an ecosystem, and now this is called offline. Does not mean, we should be very, very clear on what is the offline. Offline does not mean without internet. Offline actually means it is without any connection to the CIDR or our UIDAI's central database. If you see in our existing authentication system, some of you might be using the authentication system. Every time, whenever a user wants to authenticate itself, there is an interaction between the AUA or KUA with my CIDR. They send a message and they get a yes, no or a eKYC from my CIDR. Now, this is the authentication. Every time, real time, you get whatever is there in my confirmation from my database. Now, in our case, the systems are slightly different. This is an offline, this is a new option available now. In the offline case, the Aadhaar app is downloaded by the user. And once it is downloaded, actually it is authenticated by doing a face authentication and mobile number seeding, mobile number we are binding. We are binding the same also with the device. So this is a one-time exercise which you can see on the screen right now. Now on, whenever there is a sharing, it is between the Aadhaar number holder, ANH is Aadhaar number holder, and the OVSE from the Aadhaar app. For each verification process, there is no such requirement to hit my database. It is between the two of you, just like sharing a photocopy. It is between the Aadhaar number holder and the particular entity which wants to give services. The only thing is, here it is coming from Aadhaar app, so you have that confidence that it is the correct data which is coming to me. And if you want, if your use case desires so, you can actually add a face verification. And when we talk about face verification, what happens here? There is a face which is there on the device, my device here. And the verification with your own face happens with this device. It doesn't go and hit my database. So there is a device in which the entire data is shared and the verification is happening. So in the face authentication, if there is a photo which is given as a biometric attribute, they actually come to our database and hit, and then they say yes, no, it is not required in this case. So this is called offline verification. Now when we go ahead, why we should become OVSE? Now I must tell you, we started the registration of OVSE. It's a very, very simple process. We'll just see it in one slide. But there are many benefits of OVSEs. As you can see, the features was, it is very, very flexible. You want to take only some part of the data which is actually required as per your use case. And that reduces your compliance burden when you move towards DP compliances. It is very, very simple integration. The proof of presence is definitely your choice. You can always take it. That gives you confidence that it is being shared by the same person who is actually saying that this is my Aadhaar. And it is savable, so it directly can get into your Aadhaar, your own company's database. So you don't have to do a re-entry or a manual thing, which many of the companies do by taking a physical copy of Aadhaar. They actually do a re-entry into it. And then it is savable with your own database. It can get integrated at the back end. So with these so many advantages, there is actually large number of companies which are approaching us. We have almost some 32 odd companies which have already got registered or in the process final stages. It's a very small process. You have to apply. It is a form which is available online. So you can apply it. We have to do just a data check whether it is complete or not. And then you get a OVSE registration certificate. If you want to understand the detail, our stall is there. And then you have to do a small technical integration. If you have a technical team, it may be taking a couple of hours in consultation with our tech center, which Madam Tanushri heads. So it's a very small process. We'll just take you through a very small film on the various use cases which are there.
In a digital-first world, trusted identity verification is essential anytime, anywhere. For offices, Aadhaar-based offline verification enables verified identity as well as attendance marking through face verification. With Aadhaar-based offline verification, social media platforms can enable trusted profiles powered by user consent and secure verification. In residential societies, Aadhaar-based offline verification enables quick and secure visitor verification without manual registers. Aadhaar-based offline verification enables reliable one-time identity verification with only selective data sharing. Secure, paperless and efficient patient registration through Aadhaar. Aadhaar App. Show, share, verify.
So that is what are some of the use cases. We understand there can be n number of use cases. It is just a concept which we have started. It is for all of you to innovate. And these are some of the use cases we thought are possible, and we actually have entities registered for using these use cases. So that's all from now. And we also have a session from UIDAI that is at 2:55, which Madam will be leading. And you can actually get a discussion and an insight on these use cases by fintech and other companies. Some fintech companies, including I think RBIH, is participating in it. So you will have a feel of further use cases on that. Kindly attend it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hello. Thank you so much.